I'm joined now by Major General William Enyart. He's a former Democratic congressman and retired general who led the Illinois National Guard from 2007 to 2012. Thank you for joining me. As I just mentioned, you've led the National Guard. Can you give us a sense about what's involved in something like this from a logistical standpoint? Are the soldiers trained for circumstances like this?
Well, Katie, the fact is that the National Guard receives minimal training in any kind of law enforcement activity. The training requirements on the Guard are such that they have to be prepared for combat. They have to be prepared for real national emergencies. And depending on the state, it may be hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, blizzards, ice storms, and so on. So any training that's received in law enforcement is really very, very small. There are some MP, that is military police units in the Guard, but again, those are very small units, relatively speaking, and are not trained much in civilian law enforcement. So the fact is that the training is not there for these folks.
Therefore, what do you make of this as a use of resources? Do you think it's a good use of them?
Well, let's be honest about this. What is Mr. Trump trying to accomplish here? What is the rationale for this decision? And the truth of the matter is that he is doing this to distract the American public and to distract the media. He's got problems that are far more severe than the declining crime rate in Washington, D.C. He's got the impact of tariffs on the economy. He's got the miserable jobs report that just came out that he wound up firing the commissioner of the Bureau of Labor Standards for because he didn't like the report. He's got the Jeffrey Epstein scandal, and he's got his failures in bringing either Putin or Netanyahu to the peace table. So he doesn't want to talk about any of those things. So he wants, and I will give Mr. Trump credit. He is a great master at television and at media. So what he is doing, there's nothing more dramatic than having soldiers in a city on the screen. So he is using this visual as a backdrop in order to distract the media and the American public. It is an absolute misuse of critical defense dollars. These soldiers, these part-time soldiers, need to be training to do their real mission and not a phony mission to support Donald Trump's anticipated use of this to distract the American people from what is really going on in Washington, D.C.
You mentioned them being part-time soldiers, so as well, this does take them away from their work and families. Given the current lower crime rates, and there have been in recent years, is there any justification for this, given what is the current state of affairs in Washington, D.C.?
Well, absolutely not. And for the reasons that you have mentioned. This is a part-time military force. It is not a part-time law enforcement agency. These soldiers are being taken away from their military training. They're being taken away from their real employment, their full-time employment. They're being taken away from their families or their schooling, should they be in an educational program. This is all going to have an impact on morale, on readiness, and on recruiting. Soldiers, in my experience, and during my term as the commander, we had blizzards, we had ice storms, we had floods, and of course, we were in combat 365 days a year, 24 hours a day in Afghanistan and Iraq. So my soldiers were dedicated to the mission, and they knew it was an important mission and a critical mission. When you've got a blizzard, when you've got a hurricane, when you've got a tornado, you're helping your neighbors, you're helping your friends, you're helping your community. That's what these folks signed up for, not to be a backdrop for Donald Trump's political machinations.
William Enyart from Bellevue, Illinois, thank you for joining us, former Democratic congressman and retired general who led the Illinois National Guard.
Good to be with you.